Good morning, lovely people. How are you all doing today? I hope you're grand. This sun is so bright. It's 8 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday morning. The sun's already high in the sky. It's beautiful. And at the moment down here, it's just me and the birds, which is perfect as far as I'm concerned. Excuse me. Our site gets quite busy on a Sunday during these first few days of summer, and today I just really wanted some time on my own down here. So much as it irks me to get up at 8 o'clock in the morning or to get up at 7 o'clock, I've done it. Anyway, enough digressing about the start of the day. So the main job today is to get the cucumbers in and the sweet peppers. So I don't know if you remember, about 3 weeks ago I showed you this tray of cukes. I'm just going to see if you can see them. And I was really grumpy because only 2 of about the 11 had germinated. I had to go away for a couple of days as a way to look after my great aunt. Came home and it all popped up. I think they were all scared. They all felt threatened by me that they were going to be thrown away. So they've all come up, and I did a second sowing because I was worried about these ones. So I'm going to put these in today. But the other 5, I think, that germinated, I've got still in the cold frame, and there'll be a backup in case, hopefully there won't be any sort of sluggy disasters. So this variety is called Long Green Maracha. I first tried it 2 years ago, which was the first time I tried cucumbers, and had a lovely little crop from them. So last year I did them again, but I wanted to try a couple of different things, so I tried 2 other varieties. White Wonder and Petit Vert. They were absolutely rubbish. So for the whole row I only had, I think, 4 or 5 of the green marachas planted because the rest of the row was taken up with the others. So I decided this year I'm playing it safe. I'm going to stick with what has worked for me. I think there's a lesson in that for all of us, in that, you know, everybody's soil is a bit different, everybody's climate is a bit different, the growing conditions indoors when you start them are a bit different. So if you try something one year and it doesn't work, don't give up. Try again, maybe a different variety. It may just be that variety didn't like your soil, whatever. Don't give up, keep trying. And then hopefully this year I'm going to put out, 3, 6, 9, 12, hopefully I'll get 12 of these into my space, about 8 to 10 inches apart. Specifically an outdoor cucumber. No greenhouse here. Okay, so they'll go in, but also new to me this year are so many new things. I was counting this stuff. I was thinking normally I try 1 or 2, but this year I've got the celeriac, quinoa, flint corn, and, can you see that? Sweet pepper. So excited to try these guys because sweet peppers, to me, that's like, it's like eating sweeties, just chunked up and nibbled on raw. Love them. So again, this is an outdoor variety, which is quite hard to find. I went to quite a few different seed companies because mostly these are grown in glass houses, conservatories, large cold frames, that sort of thing. This one's called Orange Bell, and I think it's a rather lovely little plant. Orange Bell from the Real Seed Company. I think it first appeared in 1989 or so about 30 years ago. And, sorry, I've got a bit of a cough at the moment. Developed in the UK for outdoor growing, so it should be okay with our not hot summers and sometimes quite wet summers. So we'll give that a go. I've got, I think, 12 plants in total. Not completely sure about the space, but what I'll probably do is try and get 8 into this row, and then the other 4 I'm going to pot on into much, much bigger pots, but keep them in the cold frame, but with all the windows in the cold frame open, to see if, A, will they actually, I'm blinded, will they do outside, or do they need that little bit of protection from the cold frame? They are a bit of an experiment this year. They're not going to take up much room. I'll show you in a sec how I've rejigged things to fit them in. So if they're a total failure, well, they're not really nicking any ground. Obviously I don't want them to be a failure because I love my peppers. Okay, so I'm going to swing you guys around in a sec and show you my little structure. Hey guys, yes, I'm popping up here at home in the middle of what's supposed to be a gardening video. So, basically I've been on the, good morning sir, I've been on the plot this morning really early and did my filming, got home, went to put it all in the can, and for some reason a section of the film I did in the middle about the structure for the cucumbers, it's recorded it in a format that I can't download, super annoying. So that's gone missing, and then the next bit I recorded of spacing and what have you, unfortunately my top was gaping too much, and yeah, my top was gaping, so I can't use that either. And I do want to kind of put this out there because it's the truth of how things are going for me at the minute. You know, it's weird, it's like, how to phrase this? I don't have a backup plan, as it were. I'm just kind of going along each day and trying to make the best of things. And generally, I would say I've been the happiest I've ever been. It's been fantastic. But the last week has been awful, absolutely awful. I've had a really, really horrible week. And then, obviously, with the news of what happened in London last night, just kind of don't know what to do with myself a little bit. So this morning, really early, about 8 o'clock, as you saw in that first bit of the video, I went to the allotment, and one of the things I was chatting about as I was planting, and I was trying to describe the spacing for the cukes. I was doing 10 inches apart, and the spacing for the peppers and what have you, and I will try and save a little bit of some of the footage to tag on to the end of this, but one of the reasons I went to the garden so early this morning was because I didn't want to be cooped up at home, and the beautiful, beautiful, wonderful thing about our gardens, and I've said it before and I'll say it again no doubt, but they are special places where we can go to reflect, to try to digest what's happening in our lives, whether that's on a global scale like as happened in London last night, or whether it's on a much smaller personal scale like has been happening for me all week. So that time in the garden, so I purposely went early because the site does get busy on a Sunday. You know, for most people it's their free day and they race off down to the garden, and that's wonderful. But I didn't really want to have company at that stage. I'm kind of having company with you guys through the video, which is kind of maybe odd, but that's because I'm sort of slowly gathering my thoughts and getting things into perspective. So, you know, feeling a bit thwarted by video not working, feeling a bit thwarted by, you know, what's been going on in my life, and then everything gets put into perspective. You know, everything gets put into perspective when these horrible events happen. So I just wanted to kind of connect with you guys, and although the video is not the video I was intending, I wanted to talk about cucumbers and peppers, and actually just not what happened in London, but everything else in my life. I just wanted to brush it all away and say, do you know what? Never mind. I felt really, I won't go into how I've been feeling, but this morning I got up and I thought, yeah, pull your bootstraps up, Vivi, get on with things. I haven't been making videos all week because I've been so sad, but I'm back on it. So the minute I get back on it, the film doesn't work. So anyway, I'm just letting you guys know, number one, I'm safe and sound. All the people in my life that I know are safe and sound. However, obviously some people aren't, and I don't need to know them. They don't need to be my friends for me to feel sad. But with everything that's going on, I've decided, actually, I'm going to get back on the horse. I've had a bit of a fall, I'm getting back on, and I'm going to get on with things, and no one's going to rain on my parade. We're just going to get on with things, and I hope you guys are all safe and happy. So let's try and tag on the last tiny little bit of video that I could manage, and tomorrow, or possibly this evening, depending on the light, I'm going to try and go and film a June tour, because the garden it's really coming to life, and every day I see growth, I see new things appearing, I see my plants getting stronger and stronger every day, and it really is a joy to behold, and that's what we should focus on. Life, growth, strength. So on that note, I'm going to leave you with the last teeny tiny bit of footage from this morning. Stay well, guys. I say that now, you watch, they won't produce. Ah, no. So I'll get all the cukes in, and then the peppers after I've got the cukes in. And with all the peppers, like I said, I'm not really sure quite how big they're going to get. So I'm just going to do 2 in each of these sort of little 3-foot runs, and then give them some support, because they are quite, at the moment, they're sort of quite willowy little plants that are bouncing around in the wind, and I don't want snapping stems, etc. The cukes should just go up this quite happily on their own. They have little tendrils they will put out to help them grab. But if we're having particularly windy weather, for example, we are quite an open site here, and the wind does whip across, what I will do is I may use just occasional bits of string just to help sort of tie them in, and just give them a little bit of extra help, because, you know, they deserve it, don't they? Oh, it's such a beautiful day. And apart from the occasional aeroplanes, which, well, over time I've just learnt to block out. What is that? I thought I'd dug this. Oh, big old brick. Yeah, I've kind of pretty much learnt to block the aeroplanes out. So, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes, like I was saying earlier, I like to just be here on my own, have my own sort of space, be lost in my own thoughts, reflect on the day's events, the week's events, what have you. I've got a few more to do. I've got a few sticks to put in and some supports. So I'm going to go and get on with that. Enjoy this lovely peace and quiet. The warmth on the back of my neck is so lovely. I'm going to wish you all a very peaceful, happy week. Get into your gardens, enjoy some alone time, some quiet time, and I'll see you all again really soon, I hope. Cheerio. Take care.